First off, philosophy is a confession. Philosophy is a confession. Don't love somebody that you don't like. Hey, what's good, y'all? Thanks for clicking on the link. WTJKnowledgeDrops back with another reaction video. This one is going to be a mashup of Sadhguru videos, short clips around 5-10 minutes each, about 5 or 6 of them. We're going to go through Ojas, a passage to effortless living, the power of semen retention, master focus and discipline, Yogic and Neuroscience tools for success. One thing you must do to overcome anxiety. What happens when the third eye is activated. And finally, 5 tips to improve your mental health. And lastly, that's it. Oh no, how Shiva overcame lust. Those videos, first time reactions on all of them. I'm going to mash them up all together in one video for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I'll kind of give my takes after each one. And at the end, I'll give you my final analysis on everything we've learned. Alrighty. Well, without further ado, hope you enjoy. Alright, the next one's Ojas, a path to effortless living. Let's go.
There are lots of people like this. They're intelligent, they're competent, they're capable, but their life is a mess because every step they take, they are in friction with something. Any moving part, we want to make it round because it moves with least amount of resistance. In the Far East Asian cultures, they're referring to an enlightened being as Enchi, which means he's a circle. Whatever they consume is just burnt and it doesn't become body, it becomes another dimension of energy.
Everything is a cycle, if you allow it to be.
Bandha literally means a lock. That is, you engage certain locks in the body so that your energy behaves in a particular way. Why these bandhas? What they can do for you? Have you heard of a word called Ojas?
Ojas.
O-J-A-S, Ojas?
Just today.
No.
I was today years old.
No. Okay. The word Ojas means a non-physical dimension of energy. That is, you can generate a certain amount of non-physical dimension of energy around you. If you have Ojas around you, your passage through the world, the passage through life becomes well lubricated. That is, you will pass with minimum amount of friction.
That's what she said.
In the Far East Asian cultures, an enlightened being is referred to as Enchi. Enchi literally means a circle. You know, your car, do you have… what kind of wheels do you have? Round wheels or square wheels or triangular wheels? What do you have?
Smart ass.
Oh, but triangular wheels would be definitely more jazzy. Why round wheels? Least amount of resistance.
Path of least resistance.
With least amount of resistance, it rolls any moving…
That's been my dating life for my entire life. The path of least resistance.
Part we want to make it round because it moves with least amount of resistance. So we are referring to… in the Far East Asian cultures, they are referring to an enlightened being as Enchi, which means he's a circle. not because he's round of body, because he moves with
Efficient.
least amount of resistance, well lubricated.
Very efficient.
You may have a fantastic driving machine, just take off the engine oil and drive it. How long do you think your car will last?
Not long at all.
Your Jaguar, how long will it last if you take away the engine oil? Maybe 10 minutes. In 15 minutes, it'll be gone.
It'll happen faster than that.
So lubrication is that important. In anything that moves, lubrication is that important.
That's what she said.
So if you want to move through the world without being well lubricated, you will see every step of your life seems like friction, and every step of your life will be suffering because there is no lubrication. There are lots of people like this. They're intelligent, they're competent, they're capable, but their life is a mess because every step they take, they are in friction with something.
Getting all mad.
So if you develop a certain amount of ojas around you, you pass through this existence with least amount of friction. The less friction you have, the more you would like to do, isn't it?
Yes.
You would naturally venture to do a lot of things if you had no friction problems. But every day you step out, you get into some friction, you will hesitate tomorrow to step out.
And then it
This is
builds on
happening
each other.
all the time, isn't it? When you develop ojas, if you start developing ojas, one thing that will happen to you is all the excess weight in the body will start going away by itself.
Woohoo! Magic. This life was weird.
You know, if you come to the yoga center, you will see certain people at certain times will be in a certain type of sadhana or certain type of inner work. When they're doing this, these days we keep them completely secluded because people get scared looking at the way they eat. They will eat 10 times of what a normal person would eat, heaps of food, but they will be losing weight. We will put them on high-fat diet, all ghee, milk, butter, like this. In spite of that, they will continue to lose weight simply because they're converting the physical into non-physical dimension of energy. Whatever they consume is just burnt and it doesn't become body, it becomes another dimension of energy.
So basically, metaphysical exercise. I like it. Burn some of that fat with your metaphysics.
In yoga, we call this as stealing from the earth. Because whatever you have right now, the mass of your body, is something that you have borrowed from this planet.
From the universe.
You can borrow. Mother Earth is very generous with the loan that she gives. You can borrow as much as you want if you can carry it around. But when the time to pay back, when the time for payback comes, she will collect atom to atom. If you say, I've been here for so long, let me have one atom.
She. Notice that. I've always said that God was a she. It just makes more sense.
Atom as a souvenir. No deal. She collects every atom back. So this is considered stealing from the earth because now you transform physical into non-physical dimension of energy. Now she cannot stop you. You can take it away with you. So this is packaging something for a long journey without she knowing about it. Otherwise, she will grab it back. If it's in the physical form, she'll filter it out. If it's in a non-physical form, the earth cannot hold it back.
Boom. If you learn
Now you're
anything
doing
today,
Sambhavi. If you're doing it
Ojas.
every day, you will develop ojas, some amount of ojas, which will see suddenly everything seems to be facilitated for you, it just happens. If you do not have any ojas, you may have all other capabilities, but simply because of the fear of friction, you will be held back. I feel this is 80% of the world's population.
I agree.
They're all held back,
Holding
always
back.
with the fear of what will happen to me, what will happen to me. Wherever they go, they will have bad experiences. If they step in and try to do something with some enthusiasm, tomorrow morning little friction happens and they stay back.
Yes, it's scared, being scared, afraid, and you don't want to challenge yourself. And I forgot what I was really going to say there. Let me go back a second.
Always with the fear of what will happen to me, what will happen to me. Wherever they go, they will have bad experiences.
Your thoughts create it. Okay, they're always worrying about something, always thinking about negative possibilities, which we all do. But if you overly do it, you're going to create negative friction in your life, shall we say. So, you need to develop some Ojas, apparently. Lubricate yourself.
If they step in and try to do something with some enthusiasm, tomorrow morning little friction happens and they stay back. I think this is 80% of the population. The fear of what will happen makes them into half a step, never a full step in their life. So, Ojas or generating Ojas is a very important part of living successfully in whatever you're doing.
Right. Ojas. We learned something new today, or at least I did. You can burn physical energy metaphysically. Wow. I'm gonna implement that into my life immediately. I don't know about you. Drop a comment, let me know. I need some engagement. All right, the power of semen retention. Let's get it.
Semen is of an extraordinary level of potency. It is one of the most potent things if you know how to use it. Can it be transformed into a different level of function? Absolutely. This can be scientifically established.
How important is a man's semen for physical, mental and spiritual well-being? Can wasting our semen damage us spiritually?
Well,
okay, they're just hiding the fact that they're talking about masturbating.
you know, semen is the basis of your physical existence. Whether you're a man or a woman, you have come into existence because that is 50% of the ingredient. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have skin, we have epithelial cells, we have hair, we have many other aspects of body, heart, liver, kidney, so many things. All these cells are of a certain potency in their own way. But semen is of an extraordinary level of potency, it can create a whole new life. Well, today you can take an epithelial cell and do a lot of things in a laboratory and maybe we can clone you, all right? So the potential is here also, but it is not in the same dynamics as it is in a cell, which you're referring to as semen. So in the yogic culture, this is called as virya. Virya also refers to what you call as vajra, which means stability, or diamond, which is the hardest thing. So in the human body, virya is considered to be like vajra. That means it is one of the most potent things if you know how to use it. Well, how to use it means you can use it to produce a child. That's one thing. Well, if you are… this question is coming because you are using it to spill it on the JNU bed sheets. Okay? If that's how you're using it, well, that's your compulsion, you're doing whatever you're doing. This is not something to be judged morally, that's not the point, it's a question of what is the level of compulsion that one has. But anything in this body, can it be transformed into a different level of function? Absolutely. Not just semen, just everything in this body can be transformed. Say, suppose I give you all soup-making ingredients, same soup-making ingredients to every one of you.
I am going to go broccoli cheese. What are y'all gonna go? Drop it in the comments. I need the engagement. What soup you making?
Do you believe all of you will produce the same soup? No. You will produce 500 varieties of soups. Those same ingredients. That's all that's happened with us right now. All of us are fundamentally same ingredients, but see how different each one of us are. Different soups. Well, if I give you
Different soups for different folks.
soup making ingredients, either you can make a great soup or a lousy soup. Depends what kind of skills you have, isn't it? So this goes for everything, not just for semen. Every dimension of your body and your mind, you can transform into something tremendous, or you can make it mediocre, or you can make it a serious problem. Every aspect of your life. That goes for this aspect of life also. Saying, people are making it literal translations, but if you want to produce a certain, let's say, epithelial cells, how much energy the body spends on it? And if you want to produce a cell which you call a semen, how much energy body spends is very different. This can be scientifically established. So, when you're investing so much energy in that, obviously it has a potency if you know how to explore. But are you competent to explore? Are you capable of exploring? Do you have the necessary sadhana and guidance to do that?
Do you even want to?
That's a big question mark.
Alright, that was a weird one, guys. Semen retention. Use it for good or for bad, whatever. You choose how to use it, but it's very potent, and he's basically saying choose wisely. That's what I took out from it. Definitely weird. Alright, how Shiva overcame lust. Let's get it.
These two eyes can only perceive that which is physical. The third eye is an inward-focused eye. Your lustfulness, your desiring nature never ever stood outside, it only stood inside. Lust means it creates a sense of incompleteness within you and a longing for something. When we say Shiva, the word Shiva has become synonymous with the third eye. The third eye, what it means is, these two eyes are to look outside. These two eyes are capable of showing you the physicality of the existence. These two eyes can only perceive that which is physical. The third eye is an inward-focused eye. It's not going to open up upon your forehead. The third eye is an inward-looking eye. But you have heard stories, Shiva opened his eyes and he burnt Kama. In India, there is a god of love and lust called Kama. Kama means lust, which you don't like to face it head-on, so you make it love. Because you need some aesthetic to it.
Don't church it up. You know it's Joe Dirt.
He hides behind a tree and shoots an arrow at Shiva's heart. Tuck, it hits him and Shiva gets a little disturbed. Then he sees it's Kama. That is, it's his own lust coming up. Then he opened up his third eye, a fiery eye, and burnt Kama. He was hiding behind the tree, but he was burnt into ashes. Then Shiva took the ashes of this burnt Kama and smeared himself. That I have put these things to rest for good. That is the general story told to the people.
Interesting.
But you tell me, your lust arises within you or behind the tree? No, you may go behind the tree, that's another matter.
The good old days when you just took her
But
behind a
where
tree.
does it arise? Within you. Desire is not hanging outside. It is not because a beautiful woman or a beautiful man is sitting there, your desire comes. Because the desire, the karma is within you. So he opened his third eye and burned the karma within himself, not the one who is standing outside. Because he never ever stood outside. Please look at this and see. Your lustfulness, your desiring nature never ever stood outside, it only stood inside. So he opened his third eye, not this way, inward. Then he saw this lustfulness, which essentially means that some aspects are built into you which makes you feel incomplete. So you think you will find completion only by going towards something or somebody.
It's like a dog chasing his tail.
Lust is not just about opposite sex. Shopping is lust. Because you have to go towards something, only then life will be complete. Every desire is lust.
You gotta burn it with that third eye.
Without that, I cannot exist. I want that because only when I have that, this will be complete. It may be a thing, it may be a position, it may be power, it may be sexuality.
This is going to be my next inner work. What are y'all working on right now? Put it in the comments. I need some engagement.
It doesn't matter what it is. Essentially, lust means it creates a sense of incompleteness within you and a longing for something that it makes you feel if you don't have that, you're not complete. So he decides to burn the karma within himself. He burned the karma.
Get to the root
And then-
cause.
Instead of sweat, ash oozed out of the pores of his body. This is the yogic story.
Yeah.
The common story told to the public is he was hiding behind the tree and he burnt him, opened his eyes and burnt him, and then he took that ash and smeared himself. The yogic dimension of the story is karma arose within him. He opened his third eye, burnt him, and then ash slowly oozed out of his body,
I see.
clearly showing him everything is laid to rest. Everything that you know
Like
as
it.
yourself should die. When I say death, it's not the physical death which is a problem. The question is losing everything that you know as myself right now, your personality.
This kind of happened to me. I lived my entire life fully abled, and when I turned 35, I had a stroke and lost a little use of my left side. So I had to sacrifice. I think I've already said this once before, so I'm going to shut up.
Your identity. Once you learn to be an individual beyond physiological and psychological formats, that means you're for good. This is what living death means. So if you know how to be an individual still, without physiological and psychological format, you are a living death. If you're a living death, you are eternal in your existence. It is time that you become living death so that you live eternally.
Like, kill yourself. You know what I'm saying. Not physically kill yourself. Just, you gotta unlearn and relearn is what I say. You gotta go back to when we just danced and had fun and played and all that good stuff before we were domesticated like animals when we were small children. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. Alright, what happens when you activate the third eye? Let's get into it. I'm curious on this one. Alright, we're gonna learn about some chakras. Never hurts.
There is something called as a pineal gland.
I probably won't talk much to this when I want to pay attention, so I'll talk about it at the end.
Various aspects of yoga or sadhana of yoga is to move it little down, south, it's called, moving it south. This is the symbolism of Shiva turning south because his third eye moved south. What was up here came down between the two eyes. The moment it came here, he saw things that nobody had ever seen. Now, if this happens in a certain way, the secretions of the pineal, which in yoga is referred to as amrit or amrita or amrutam probably in Sanskrit, this amritam either can be taken into the system to strengthen the system and increase or extend the longevity of the system. Or this amrita can be taken to create blissfulness in the system, like a drug. It can just blow you away. Or you can use this amrita to enhance your perception that you can become like thin air because everything that is here passes through you. Right now, air passes only through your nostrils, and you know if it doesn't pass, you're gone.
Yes.
If this air can pass through right across you, some of you might at some moment felt when you're very carefree and joyful, you stood in the breeze, it feels like breeze is passing through you. And you become 100% transparent. That is because you've used your amrita to bring sensitivity to the system. So these are three fundamental ways. One is to strengthen the body, to make it like a rock, which will give a certain longevity to that person, which is considered superhuman by most people. Or to bring such a level of drunkenness and blissfulness within you that you don't care how long you live. Or to make yourself like thin air, that your perception is super hyped because there is absolutely no resistance to the system. The same secretions of the pineal gland can be used in three different ways. This amrita or this secretion of the pineal gland will play the right kind of role in the system. When I say right, in my perception, only if it enhances your perception, it is right, because if you do not enhance your perception, your life doesn't get enhanced in any way. It only gets enhanced in somebody else's eyes. If you become like a rock, your experience of life may not change. It is just other people think you're fantastic. Well, we could have made a statue out of you and you would have been a rock. Anyway, we didn't need a human being to become like a rock. If you have a rock for a brain, this will be the problem.
Yes.
You're always thinking, which is a bigger rock than you, which is a smaller rock than you. Your entire life goes into this as to which is superior, which is inferior, which is better, which is worse. Endlessly you will be comparing yourself because this is the nature of a rock. This is the nature of physical reality. Once you identify yourself with physical reality, which is better, which is worse, is a natural process of thought. Only if you transcend that, can you be free from this as to which is better and which is worse. When one masters one's Muladhara, which got referred to as Kaya Kalpa, you become like a rock. You want to make the body last for a millennia or more. When Swadhisthana sadhana is done, a burst of energy happens. One can deliver a god, but you may lose your body. If you bring any sound to Manipura without opening your mouth, the very body reverberates the sound. When one is dominant in their anahata, this…
That's what happened to me. I had to sacrifice my physical body to get spiritual enlightenment because I was moving way too fast. So that's exactly what happened to me. I sacrificed my physical abilities. I'd have to do everything one-handed for learning to manifest with my thoughts.
Start hearing things. A reasonably stable person can go crazy. The moment Vishuddhi is active, you become occult competent. Disembodied beings will naturally move towards you. Agna means there is clarity. The level of freedom it gives you is tremendous. The Sahasrar is total madness. The moment energy stirs Sahasrar, you drip ecstasy.
Without having mastery over time, nobody can determine the nature of their destiny in their lives. So the only way you can take charge of time is by mastering your energies, how they function. If you are functioning like a steam engine, it's a long time. If you're functioning like a jet engine, boom. And one who's taken charge of time, for him, the entire universe is a sweetness of compassion.
I like that. I think it is possible. Let's see what Sadhguru has to say about it.
Once you came here as a human being, life got a little complicated. If you
Always.
came here like any other creature on this planet, stomach full, life settled. Once you come here as a human being, stomach empty, only one problem. Stomach full, 100 problems. So what we are calling as life here is just a certain combination of time and energy. This combo of time and energy, unfortunately, majority of the people never learn to handle it seamlessly
Don't smoke,
and
kids.
wonderfully. Hitch after hitch, everything is a problem. If you're a toddler, you have diaper problems. If you become an adolescent, you have hormonal problems.
Being a human is rough, guys. Let me come back as a tree next time in the Amazon.
If you become middle-aged, there is a crisis. Old age is horrible. Every phase of life, people are seeing it as some kind of a problem.
Always.
Of course, death is a serious problem.
I'm currently watching my two elderly parents slowly fade. It's definitely hard. So it is tough being old. I wouldn't be concerned about death, guys. I'm pretty sure God has perfected the process, just like everything else.
So this combination of time and energy, we must understand the nature of what we're handling. Time, by its own nature, is such. You do something, it rolls. If you don't do something, it rolls. You don't have to push it, I'm saying. Hello? As you're sitting here, it's rolling away. You're doing a lot of things, it's rolling away. You do nothing, it rolls away. You're awake, it rolls away. You're asleep, it rolls away. But without having mastery over time, nobody can determine the nature of their destiny in their lives.
Makes sense.
How to grab time? People are talking about time management. Have you ever managed time? As you sit here, it's ticking away. And what's ticking away is not a clock. What's ticking away is our life itself. Hello?
Ooh, that was good. We don't have to worry about the clock ticking. It's our lives that are ticking. I like that.
Since I walked in, you're 2 minutes closer to your grave. Yes, you are. Me too. This is the nature of time. Whatever you do not do anything you want, but you're not able to roll it back. It is only rolling forward.
Always going forward.
It is just that. If you're happy, it seems to tick away very fast. If you're miserable, it goes very slowly.
If you're editing videos, it goes by really fast as well.
Notice this. On a particular day, you're very happy. 24 hours. Now you're depressed. 24 hours feel like a eon for you. Yes or no? So only miserable people have a long life. If you're a joyful person, it's a brief life. If you're an ecstatic person, it's just a moment, poof, it's gone before you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Life has gone so fast that even my body has not realized time has gone by and it's still… I have not realized time has gone by. This is the 30th year of Isha, 30th anniversary of Isha Foundation, and I can't believe 30 years, it feels like 3 days in my experience.
Yeah, life goes by quick, guys. I could have died before I started to learn anything, really. I had a stroke 10 years ago, and I survived it. But if I would have died, I would have died the biggest piece of shit on the planet, and I would have not known anything that I know now. This is all because of the past 10 years I've been stuck in my own head, and I am retired from the social life, so all I do for fun is learn, and that's what I've been doing for the past 10 years. So anyways, life is precious, you can die. That's it.
Are you a list maker? Like, do you wake up in the morning and make lists and cross things off and then decide what are the key items?
I know y'all know who Sadhguru is, but do y'all know who Dr. Andrew Huberman is? He is a neuroscientist, and that's why I like him so much, because of my brain injury.
Was on that list?
No, I'm a time blocker.
He's brilliant.
Time blocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not a big believer in to-do list. I like to grapple with the actual available time.
Wait, what the hell happened
Okay, I
to
have a meeting
Sadhguru?
here,
Hold
I
on.
have to pick my kids up from school here. Here's the actual…
Alright, well, let's just finish it, I guess.
hours of the day that are free and where they fall. All right, what do I want to do with that time? Well, okay, now that I see that there's a lot of gaps in the middle of the day here, they're short, maybe there I'm going to do a lot of small, non-cognitively demanding thing. Oh, this first 90 minutes in the morning is like the main time I have uninterrupted. Okay, so this I'm going to work on writing. So I've been a big believer of this since I was an undergrad. Like, you give your time a job as opposed to having a list, which is somewhat orthogonal to what's actually happening in your day. And then just as you go through your day saying, what do I want to try to do next? Which I think is a lot less efficient.
But I don't manage time, I manage myself. Time, how to manage? It's too big a thing to manage. It's not in your hands. Whether you like it or not, it's ticking away, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is.
If you sit here, it's ticking away. If you jump around, it'll tick away. Do whatever you want, it'll tick away, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But what you can do with yourself, that you can manage. There's nothing to do with the time.
Okay.
So self-management.
That's the goal, right? So to me, depending on the season, is how extreme that can get. So the busiest season would be like a teaching semester, right? But even then, I'm going to make sure that 5 days a week I'm starting with deep work. And the non-teaching days I'll have more than the teaching days. Compare that to…
I think Sadhguru is right. I wouldn't be too concerned about the actual clock ticking and just do more of living, being a human, navigating all of our crazy ass emotions, and just do what you want and live your life and have fun and play like we're supposed to. Don't overthink it, man. That's what we do. We do too much. We overthink it. I don't know who this cat is, but I'm gonna finish this off, guys.
The summer, for example, where like all I do for the most part is deep work, no meetings on Mondays and Fridays, all admin stuff is midday to early afternoon, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Everything else is deep work, just locked in, hours at a time. But I want, if I'm not getting 5 days of starting the day with deep work, I'm unhappy.
So the only way you can take charge of time is by mastering your energies, how they function. If you are functioning like a steam engine, it's a long time. If you're functioning like a jet engine, boom. Right now they're saying the Chinese have developed an airplane where Beijing to New York you can do it in 2 hours. They're saying by 2028 they'll have it commercially ready. 2 hours. So…
There is gonna be some quick airplanes out there. It's gonna be wild, y'all.
So, this is not mastery of time, but consequentially it is mastery of time. If what somebody does in 10 years, if you can do it in 1 year, if both of you live for 100 years, in terms of impact and profoundness of experience, you lived for 1,000 years. Hello?
Yeah, so I think he basically saying, shit, I forgot. Forgot what I was gonna say. Let me go back 10 seconds here.
Hello? That is the only way you experience. You lived for 1,000 years. Hello? Profoundness of experience, 100 years in terms of impact. Sequentially, it is mastery of time.
That's right. Okay, so in order to master time, you have to master yourself. That's what I was thinking and I had forgotten. Sorry about that, guys.
If what somebody does in 10 years, if you can do it in 1 year, if both of you live for 100 years, in terms of impact and profoundness of experience, you lived for 1,000 years. Hello?
Both ways.
That is the only way you can take charge of time. And one who's taken charge of time, for him, the entire universe is a sweetness of compassion. That will be his experience of life once he's taken charge of time.
All right, that was a good one. Good way to start it off. I think the main message I took away is that the way you can manage time, if you even can, is by managing yourself. Master yourself, master time. That's what I took away from it. Maybe you guys took something else. Leave a comment, let me know. Alright, the next one is the one thing you must do to overcome anxiety. Let's go.
If your mind took instructions from you, would you create anxiety?
Hell no. Would you? Drop a comment.
Just do the simple sadhana, all of you. You can't do any other yoga. This much you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for yourself.
You will see half your anxiety will start settling down, because essentially the conflict is there are two dimensions within you.
Yeah, you got, the yin and the yang. There's always another side of the coin. We got a light and a dark side, and they're constantly battling each other. Let's figure out how we can calm them down. Yeah, I don't think it's possible. I think you can try. And me personally, I just changed what I'm thinking. Like, not too long ago, one of my dogs died, and if I start to think about him, and it still brings up sad feelings, I don't think about it. I stop immediately and start with something else. Not everybody can control their thoughts like that, I guess. But, let's see what Sadhguru has to say.
If your mind took instructions from you, would you create anxiety? No. So don't look for answers elsewhere. It is just that your own physiology and your psychological patterns not taking instructions from you. So you said so many things, I try, whatever these big words are floating all over California particularly, about surrendering to it, about letting it go, about… Not for one person has such a thing worked, ever. Has it, I'm asking you?
No.
You
not
have
for me.
anxiety, try to let it go. Does it go?
Over here, they just give you benzos.
Even a flu, damn flu doesn't go. Yes or no? Even a simple cold does not go. You say go, does it go?
Why not?
So, let's not get into this fanciful states of surrendering. These are all words thrown around. Nobody knows what is surrender. Because when it happens, you will not know it has happened. You can't do it, I surrendered. How's that possible?
Now, in a physical sense, it's possible, but in a metaphysical sense, it is impossible.
So, leaving those things, essentially, as I said, you have not read the user's manual of how this works. We need to pay attention to
Yeah,
this.
did you get that manual?
The system is made…
I didn't get my manual. Can I use one of y'all's? Alright, drop the link in the comments. I need some engagement.
made in such a way, if you hold your hand like this, it'll work one way. If you do like this, it'll work another way. If you do like that, it'll work another way. It's a phenomenal process.
He's about to start doing the Macarena, y'all.
If it was a simple thing, we could have just beaten it into shape with hammer and anvil, okay? It's too sophisticated. It's a phenomenally complex machine. One needs to pay a certain level of attention to be able to use it for what it is designed for. Otherwise, it'll get itself messed up. Now, there may be many factors, there may be genetic factors, there may be sociological factors, there may be growing up issues, various things. But do not ascribe your problems to any of those things. The important thing is just this: you are not able to have your mind the way you want it. That's the only problem you have, isn't it? The moment you ascribe it, I'm like this because my father was like that, I'm like this because my grandfather's genetics were not okay, you're finished.
Yeah, you can't be putting that energy out
You can't
there.
change those guys now. Yes. You can't choose a different father or a different grandfather now, it's over.
Yeah.
But you can transform this. You must understand, still it doesn't matter you have anxiety disorder. Still, if you put a piece of carrot, there is an intelligence here which can transform a carrot into a human being. That means every day a new body is being manufactured within you, isn't it? In parts, a new human being is manufactured every day. When the very source of creation is functioning within you and a new human being is constantly being created, if you take little charge of that, you can create an entire new physiological and psychological process. This happened to us some time ago, last year.
That is a low-key way of saying manifest. You can think your thoughts. If you can see it and you're brave enough to speak it, you'll get it.
We were trekking in Tibet.
That was a
I was in a tent.
quote by
I was doing
Conor
some work,
McGregor.
and another person was cutting
Let
an
me pull
apple.
this back a little bit, sorry.
I was in a tent. I was doing some work, and another person was cutting an apple. You know, one of these porcelain knives these days. So the other person around says to this person, "It's a very sharp knife, be careful." It irritates me a bit. I look like this because he's a grown man. If he's a child, it's different. Then we have to watch how he uses the knife. It's a full-grown man, and a knife is supposed to be sharp. If it's not sharp, why do you call it a knife? So I ignored it and continued to work. In another 2 minutes, she says again, "It's a very sharp knife, be careful." I said, "Come on, he's a full-grown man, leave him alone, he knows how to use this knife. This stupid knife can't he handle? It's not some earth-moving machinery or spacecraft or something that he doesn't know how to handle. It's a knife. He says, no, Sadhguru, it's a very sharp knife.
The sharper
And I
the better,
continue
am
what
I
I'm
right?
doing. In another
Ladies?
2 minutes, she whispers to him, please be careful, very sharp. And in another 2 minutes, he cuts his finger.
Cuts it right
Then I
out.
give up, okay. This is all that's happening. This is all that's happening with life. You have an intellect for which you don't have a stable enough platform. Or in other words, you have…
Prefrontal cortex and our animal brain. We have a computer that is ran by an animal brain, basically. Computer part of our brain tries to please the animal part.
a sharp knife, a very sharp knife a very sharp knife in your hand, but your hand is not steady. Please see, it's your own mind which is causing all this pain, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you have a very sharp knife, the sharper it is, the more you cut yourself. So we don't have to
I love that. I love where this is going.
blunt the knife, we just have to have a steady hand, isn't it? Nothing
Don't dull yourself for anybody. Just be careful how you use your powers. We're all gods.
has been done about that. People are trying to blunt the knife with all these sedatives and nonsense. What you take is to blunt the knife. Blunting the knife is not the answer. Because if you lower the possibilities of who you are, everything will be okay. If you remove half of your brain, you will be quite peaceful. Because it takes some brain to cause anxiety. If we really remove half of your brain, you will be quite peaceful and you may even be happy, actually. Nothing bothers you. You'll be okay.
Ignorance is bliss.
All right. But that's not what we're looking for. What a human being is looking for is to become limitless in some way. And if this has to happen, you have to create a steady platform. Knife need not be taken away, knife need not be blunted. Only thing is, hand needs to be steadied, isn't it? No process to do that.
Very good.
What inner engineering means, what yoga means is just this. When I say yoga, being in California, don't imagine all those impossible postures. Yoga does not mean postures, yoga means union, okay? The
Yoga
word
means
yoga
union.
literally means union. This is the first form of union. Your right and left. This is called as Pingala and Ida in yoga, the masculine and the feminine within you. Just put it together, just do the simple sadhana, all of you. If you can't do any other yoga, this much you can do, isn't it? What you do is something that concerns your life. It could be the sun coming up. Sun is coming up. Without sun coming up, you wouldn't exist on this planet, isn't it? The warmth of life is going on within you only because the sun comes up. Without the tree exhaling oxygen and you exhaling in carbon dioxide for it and this exchange happening, you wouldn't be alive, isn't it?
Correct.
Like this, look at it, the food that you eat, the sun, the earth that you walk upon, air that you breathe, water that you drink, people who live around you, whatever, you choose anyone. Just do this, put your right and left together, perfectly, not like this, perfectly, okay? Just…
I would, but I can't move my left hand. Hope y'all are doing it. Okay. Killing the vibe.
look at something that really matters to you. Maybe the sun, maybe the sky, maybe the cloud, maybe a tree, maybe a person, maybe a child, an animal, it doesn't matter what. Just look at it, putting your hands together for 10–12 minutes at a stretch. You will see half your anxiety will start settling down. Because essentially the conflict is, there are two dimensions within you.
That's where praying comes from, the praying hands. That right there.
I don't want to go into an elaborate description of this
because the yogic physiology goes elaborately into this. But to put it simply, even the modern medical science is telling you there's a right brain and a left brain, all right? Just put these two things together. Look at with utmost love and appreciation towards something that matters to you. It could be your wife, it could be your husband, it could be your child, a tree, a dog, sky, sun, moon, whatever. Every one of them are vital for your life, isn't it so? Yes? Whatever you can relate to. Putting these two things together, just look at them with utmost pleasantness that you can generate, recognizing how important they are for you. Many things will change. This is the first form of yoga. If I do this, it'll become difficult. And there are many ways to do namaskar, like this, like that, like that. This is the most simple thing. Start here, okay.
All right. One thing to do to control anxiety at least a little bit is put your hands together and pray. And once again, it's all in your head. You got to master yourself to master anxiety. All right, 5 tips to improve your mental health. We all need this. I guarantee it. I would bet my life on it. All right, let's get it.
These are two things which are going completely unused in today's world. This is the main reason for depression. If you have to do only physical jobs, you eat one way, mental things another way. So eating the right kind of food becomes very necessary. That means you're in ill health or you're heading there quickly, both physical and psychological. If this is achieved, you have reasonably complete human beings who live their life fully. The word health comes from the root word whole. That means feeling healthy means to be complete, a sense of wholeness within ourselves. For this to happen, our body should be vibrant, our physical energies must be vibrant, our mind must be joyful, emotion must be exuberant. Only then you feel a sense of wholeness.
All right, let's get into it.
Essentially, within the human being, there is a certain allotment of energy for action, certain allotment of energy for intellect, certain allotment of energy for emotion. Like this, there are various allotments. This differs from person to person, but generally, the amount of energy allotted for… particularly for physical action and emotional dimension, these are two things which are going completely unused in today's world. This is the main reason for depression, believe me. Any number of children that they bring to me with all kinds of mental ailments, I just tell them first thing is some sport that they like, swimming, tennis, something, and music. These two things you bring into their life, within 3 months, most of the children, 80 to 85% of the children will recover quite wonderfully. Because without finding expression to their emotional dimension and if without finding enough exertion for the physical body, they are bound to become depressive. Today it's become like this, sunrise means they watch it on the phone screen, sunset means they watch it on the phone screen. Yes?
I do.
So losing connection with all that supports and manages our life.
Leaving the house is overrated and too expensive. I'm kidding.
It's going to be a serious challenge of the future. But this is one thing that you can do. If you have children, vacation means don't take them to Mumbai, Bangalore, Dubai, some other place. Just take them, walk them in the jungle.
Yeah, go get eaten by a tiger.
Or take them on a small boat out there, or whatever.
Or
some
the Loch
exposure
Ness
to
Monster.
nature is needed. You will see how excited children will get
Yes,
and how
I agree.
involved they will become. You need to understand this, your physical, your physiological and psychological health can be very easily managed if you are in touch with the elements of nature, of water, soil, light and things like that. If the more exposed you are, the more balanced you are both physiologically and psychologically, which must happen to every human being.
If you walk around outside barefoot, it helps a lot with becoming one with nature. Your kind of skin to skin with the earth, so to speak.
In this country, we made food like this. If you had to do only physical jobs, you eat one way, mental things another way. But today none of us are in that condition. We have to be both physically sharp and mentally sharp, isn't it? That exclusivity of just physical work and mental work is gone. All of us need to be physically good and mentally good. So eating the right kind of food becomes very necessary.
Yes.
Particularly, some of the things were very positive are the ash god. If you consume a glass of ash god juice every day, you will see
Never heard of it.
clearly the sharpness of your intellect will enhance itself. You'll be mentally much sharper than the way you are right
Hold
now.
on, what was that called? Let me go back a little bit.
Especially children must drink ash god juice.
Ash god
Daily
juice.
consumption of ash god, you will see distinctly your mind seems to be clearer and sharper. This will be noticeable within a few weeks of consumption of ash god. If you drink
was gonna
coffee,
write some notes, sorry.
it gives you energy with agitation. You drink a glass of ash god juice, it gives you enormous amount of energy. At the same time, it keeps you very calm.
Looks like a cross
Daily
between a
consumption of
watermelon
honey
and
can
a
do wonderful
cantaloupe.
things to you, especially if you have children at home. Make honey culture part of your thing. Psychological stability,
Local honey.
physical well-being, vitality, all these things can be greatly enhanced simply consuming daily honey.
Yeah, local honey will help with allergies as well, if you didn't know that. If you do suffer with allergies, get some local honey. Now you know.
Do you know,
Drop deuces.
whatever cleansing process that happens in the body, whether emptying your bowels or emptying your bladder or exhalation or sweat, these are all different ways the body is trying to clean itself. In all these things, different bodies have different levels of efficiency. If you are in good health, if you're in very good health and if you're eating the right kind of food, when you empty your bowels, nothing, not a speck should remain in your colon. Everything should be gone. In yoga, that's very important, your colon being clean. Otherwise, it'll get into your head. Really. Your colon not clean and psychological disturbances are very directly connected. In the yogic understanding of life, after you wake up, within 20 minutes, naturally if the bowels don't empty themselves completely, that means you're in ill health or you're heading there quickly,
Damn.
both physical
Or you're
and
taking too
psychological.
much Tylenol.
It could be either, depending upon whichever is weakest in you, will break first. First thing,
That's
if you go to an
interesting.
Ayurvedic doctor, whatever your problem, first thing is he'll purge you, because keeping the colon clean is very important. There are only four things with you right now that you can make use of: your body, your mind, your emotion and your energy. If you manage these four things well, they will produce a certain level of life for you. If you have a healthy body, you will live in one way. If you have a very stable and sharp mind, you will live another way. If you have stable and exuberant emotions, you will live another way. If you have a very effervescent sense of energy, which is also balanced at the same time, you will live another way. Now, for most human beings who are in different various levels of activity in their life, they need all these four things to be in a reasonably good shape. So inner engineering is trying to cater to that, as to how to bring a human being to physical health, mental peace and joy, emotional stability and exuberance, and highly effervescent energy and balance within themselves.
But remember to put your hands together, please.
If this is achieved, you have reasonably complete human beings who will live their life fully.
All right, well, let's see if I can remember some of them. I think the first one was if you need to join, like if your child is depressed or whatnot, they need to kind of explore their emotional side by maybe joining a sports team, a little interaction with other people, and music helps as well, which would be my recommendation to starting exploring those emotions. Music. Let's see here. Get in touch with nature, I think was the second one. And I forgot the rest, so we'll talk about it more in the recap here shortly. From conserving our vital energies to mastering perception and emotion, each step invites us to move from friction to flow. That's basically what this is saying. Whether through myth, science, or practice, the path to mastery begins with awareness and mastery of yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I learned a lot. I am going to start working on my lust, the third eye, the burning of the lust from the inside with your third eye. That's my next move. And I liked learning about the Ojas and it was all good. The third eye retention, all that good stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Be sure and like and subscribe, share, tell a friend. Hope you learned something. And I know you don't like them, but go love them. Go love somebody you don't like. Wesley Travis Johnson, Knowledge Drops. Thanks again. I'm out. See y'all next time.